A man died in a single-car rollover crash this morning on Union Street during a police pursuit, according to Yarmouth Police Deputy Chief Stephen Xiarhos. Xiarhos identified the man as Michael F. Florio, a 24-year-old from Dennis.
We received a phone call this morning from a neighbor who was actually watching someone breaking into a home, an unoccupied home in South Yarmouth, and the neighbor called the police and our officers responded. And when the first officer got there, he observed a suspect running from the house. The officer pursued him on foot, and the suspect got into a blue Cherokee and drove off and nearly ran the officer over. The officer had to dive behind another police car to avoid being struck. And then unfortunately the young man drove off. Other Yarmouth police officers responded, tried to get him to stop, and unfortunately he didn't stop. He crashed on Union Street in Yarmouth Port, striking another vehicle in a glancing way, and then which caused his vehicle to flip onto its side.
I saw a Jeep coming down the road. I was up here unloading something from the truck, and then all of a sudden I just heard this loud crash and boom, and it sounded like a Mack truck driving through the woods, and the Jeep flipped over and ran down to the end of the driveway, and there was a kid laying outside of the truck, and that's what happened.
So, were you the one who called 911?
No, the police were actually chasing him. They were actually just right there behind him, and they ran out of their cars to see if he was all right, and that's what happened. So
we're fortunate that no one else was injured. He did strike another vehicle, but that person was not physically injured, and there was no contact with any other vehicle. So it's a tragedy. I understand the loss of a loved one, and we're just fortunate that it wasn't worse.